Hello, hello, and welcome to the show. My name is Isolde Trachtenberg, and I'm really happy to welcome you to The Creative Kind. Yesterday, I talked about going a different way from the way you normally go to places to see what new things you can experience. Today, I want to talk about something that's a little bit different. It is about doing something that scares you because you went a different way. Many, many years ago, well, let me step back a little bit. I used to be very afraid of the front seat of roller coasters. Not riding roller coasters, loved riding roller coasters, but was terrified of the front seat. There was something about sitting there looking down into nothing in the front seat as you're sort of hanging there before the roller coaster goes all the way over and you go for the ride. At the very top of the hill, you're like, I don't know what's gonna happen. So I used to get scared about that. And so I would ride roller coasters going with my friends to Cedar Point. Woohoo! I grew up in Michigan, so Cedar Point was my sort of amusement park that I went to. Anyway, so I used to be very afraid of going on the front seat and going in the front seat. Anyway, so I realized that I was being silly because if I were on the roller coaster, I was on the roller coaster. There was no way that I was going to avoid something wrong going on if something wrong or something terrible was going to happen. It can happen just as easily in the middle seats as it can in the front. But it didn't matter because it was an irrational fear. So, right after I graduated college, I decided to take some of my extra money that I had saved and go to San Francisco. I went by myself. I decided that I wasn't going to wait for anybody else to go with me. I just went, okay, that's it, I'm going. And so I went. And I decided to rent a car and go up to wine country. Ooh, I was going to go wine tasting. Ooh. And it was really fun. I loved it. Had an amazing time. But anyway, on my way up, I passed a little airport. And on this little airport, or at this little airport, I should say, they had biplane rides. Biplanes were World War II small two-seater planes where they were incredibly maneuverable and they could do all sorts of aerobatics, and it was amazing. So I saw this sign for biplane rides and I went, oh, I'm too chicken. But maybe if I have a little bit of liquid courage on my way back, if I still feel like doing this on my way back to San Francisco from Napa Valley, I will do it. So on my way back from Napa Valley, I'd had not too much wine because wine puts me to sleep, but maybe a glass, all told. And I passed the airport and I went, you know what? I'm going to try it. So I turned around, pulled back into the airport and said, okay, I want to do a biplane ride. And I looked at the guy a little bit scared and he went, are you scared? And I said, I'm not sure if I'm scared. I might be scared. I might be really amazed at what's about to happen. And he went, okay. So he took me through this thing where he said, here's what you do. You are going to sit in the front, and I have this mirror that I can see you in. And if you are not happy, then you give me a thumbs down. And if you're happy, you just periodically just go thumbs up. And I went, great, I can do that. Well, we took off, and I never gave a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I just had the most amazing time. It was incredible. Just really out of this world. And he did aerobatics like crazy. He did a loop de loop. He did this thing where he took us way up and then he killed the engine and he went and we sort of we floated towards the surface. He did this thing where he flew straight up, then sideways and upside down, then sideways and then right side up again. It was incredible. I just blew me away. And then we finally came down and I found out that he had gone extra long with me because he's like, yeah, you seem to be enjoying yourself. And I went, yeah, I really did. It was amazing. And he goes, yeah. And I said, but wait, I never gave you my thumbs up. And he said, you know what? I was looking at your face, grinning from ear to ear. I went, yeah, she's having a great time. I'm not even going to look for the thumbs. You were so into it that I didn't even bother looking for the thumbs up. And I realized that in that moment, I was having just a complete participatory experience. I would not have remembered my name, much less to put up a thumbs up, because it was so freeing to just be in the moment and just enjoy what was happening. And that's really what I want to say to you, is that sometimes when you do something that scares you, if you really commit to it, you're going to you're going to be transformed. It will transform you. That's the best way of saying it. And it did transform me, because not only was I in the moment and I learned a valuable lesson about doing something that scares you and how it can put you right in that present instant from where all things are possible, but it completely got me over my fear of riding the front seat of roller coasters. Because if I can sit in a biplane and do those loop-de-loops, a roller coaster ain't nothing but a thing. So that was it. I used that moment to learn a lot about myself and a lot about what I wanted out of life. And nowadays I advocate, go a new way, try a new thing, do something that scares you, because often you will find that while you're in it, you're really in it, and you will be transformed. If you know someone who needs to know about this show and what I'm trying to do and how I'm trying to help, please tag them, let them know about it, because there's a wealth, a ton of things to explore about creativity and how we can use that in the moment creative mindset to transform everything. Until tomorrow, my name is Isolde Trachtenberg, and I send you all my love.